Hello, this is FrontMINE here, and welcome back to another episode on the super amazing Minecraft world. We are here today, and we are going to do some mini projects that I was going to do before, but then we were rudely interrupted by the villagers, which I can't really see them from here, but you know what I'm talking about if you've seen the last episode, because those guys are probably the most annoying people in the entire game. Other than myself, of course, but you know what? They're still pretty darn annoying. Now, what are we going to do at the beginning of this episode? We are going to work on the castle. Yes, we are not going to have just this big little wall in the back. Big little wall. I don't know why I said that. We are not going to have that just hanging out in the back anymore. We are actually going to develop this fortress up. We have collected, I believe, if my calculations are correct, this time we have collected enough sea lanterns to complete all the walls, and I will give you progress updates as to how we do that. You can see in my inventory I have a bunch of stone. I've got some stone bricks, and this ender chest is full of stone. So we shouldn't run out of stone too quickly in this project, but I will admit this project takes a lot of stone. These walls are humongous. I have gathered a bunch of resources. We still have this ender chest, which I have actually converted into stone bricks rather than just having all stone, as well as other materials. We've got a bunch of sea lanterns now, and I believe all we need is a stack and a half, so hopefully what we got right now is good enough. But that is subject to change. I really do not know. Last time I thought we were going to be able to do the whole project, and we did one wall. So let's just hope I actually calculated correctly this time. But anyway, we will get building on that, and I will catch on to you later. We have now built up the castle walls in that little time frame in between clips there. And the conclusion, well, let's find out in 3, 2, 1. Blammo! This is the thing. This is the fortress. It is bannered up. We are awesome. Except we aren't. We actually ran out of sea lanterns right in the middle of this process, and we need 48 more. I also noticed that we're like literally right inside of the render distance of like these banners right over here. If I just go in between this torch, that one banner like pops in and out of existence. But okay, that's me getting off topic. So we need to build the inside of these castle walls. However, I am not going to be able to provide the sea lanterns for that project, so it's going to look a little bit weird. I'm going to substitute it with some ugly blocks so that it motivates me to actually take care of it more. And yeah, I'll eventually out of video gather the sea lanterns, excuse me there, and I will have a guardian farm. We'll get sea lanterns not only for this project, but for projects to come. So let us just take care of that right now. Boom chakalaka, we got it all sorted out. Yes, I have netherrack in there, but I said that in the previous clip, we are not going to have the sea lanterns in there for a while. And the netherrack's presence will just remind me, yes, those are the blocks I need to replace, and yes, they look so ugly that I will be forced to replace them. Otherwise, everyone will yell at me. My own brain will yell at me because I really do not like the look of this. And it won't glow at night. So yeah, that will just all contribute to the problems that we have right now. But anyway, we are going to now do something that we wanted to do actually in 2 episodes ago. Last episode I planned to do it, but then I learned that the iron farm was failing, and that is work on this room right here. You can see that there are hoppers underneath these chests, and that is to go into a redstone contraption that I designed. This is the first time I'm going to showcase something that I have made myself, and I am very proud of it. This is going to be an automatic charcoal machine, and all the drops are going to go into this chest, and we are going to get lots of charcoal for our mining sessions, for life, for everything. So let me show you the design I came up with in my redstone testing world before we actually go on it, because it is actually quite awesome, and although it looks bulky, it is ending up to be quite compact. Just like that, we are in our redstone testing world where we got all of our things that we designed or built to just make sure it worked on console. So over here is something that I have designed myself, and it is the charcoal machine. You may think that, no, this is definitely complex. Honestly, it is not complex of a machine because it actually has the ability to be worked on without having mine carts. Each system is independent of each other because originally my charcoal machine was this one over here, and I just made it so that the mine carts with the chests would evenly distribute items. However, there became many problems with this design as it doesn't actually distribute items well. This chest always gets more items than chests over this way, and this one normally gets the least amount. So when it came down to it, this design is a lot better. Okay, so now I've reset the system so I can actually figure out how to explain this. So first of all, you input the wood in this top chest right here, and because the way hoppers and double chests work is that it'll evenly take out the items and put them into each of these hoppers. So already that distribution is done very simply without even using the mine carts at all. So when it comes down to it, once an item is smelted, the wood goes into charcoal. It goes down into this hopper right here. Now, has two options. One, it goes down into this way, or it goes right into this dropper if this is locked. You can see, because this hopper is powered, normally priority would be moving hoppers down, but because it can't go down, it goes into this dropper, and whenever an item is in the dropper, the blue wire basically sends a signal to the dropper to make it go right back into the system. So it automatically fuels itself. Now, how do we make it not fuel itself and also give us items? That is where the green wire comes in. Whenever the system overflows, let's say a piece of charcoal is here and can't move into the fuel slot. You see, it's still in here. Whenever an item is like that, it moves its way around, unpowers this torch, and makes it so that whenever an item goes in smelts, it goes down here and into an item elevator right up to where our output chest is. You can see there's already charcoal in here. Let's actually demonstrate this for you guys so you can see it more in action. So you can see that the chests start distributing evenly into both of these furnaces. These items don't have anything in them. This one ends up having something in it because I put in an extra piece of charcoal that just smelted. And this system is independent, so the blue wire on each side makes it so that no matter what, this system won't break down. And that's one thing I like about it. But let's stop me rambling about this design and let's actually build it and make it so that we get lots of charcoal ourselves. With the Haze 2 beacon here, it was really easy to clear out this area because you could just insta-mine blocks with my Efficiency 5 pickaxe, but I wanted to show you this progress update anyway, just because I kind of missed out on one piece of information, and that's that we were actually going to be building two modules. You can see that we have the chests on either side with the hoppers underneath them, and then we'll just funnel them all into the single chest that's going to be right about here, I believe. Yeah, right there you can see the chest. So that's our plan, and we are going to get building on it now. I'll hopefully color code the redstone so I don't get confused, but this is a very compact design. It's very, very easy to get confused when building this. I did not feel like gathering wool, so instead of color coding it blue in lime green, instead we are going to be color coding it dark oak, and birch is the other color. So we have done the blue, which correlates with dark oak here, and basically the only purpose of the circuit is that whenever an item is in the dropper, it will go back up into the fuel slot. So to demonstrate, we'll do that, and bam, it's up there. And because it's not a fuel source, it doesn't go into the furnace, but you get the idea. Now we just need to do the other circuit and wire this thing up that way. Well, this process took a little bit quicker than I was imagining it would be. All I needed to do is just take a little bit of screenshots and figure out where all of the redstone goes. So I ended up building it. It's like the only thing we don't have is the actual item elevator to get stuff into the chest. But once we do that, that will be pretty much it. This thing is done. We have all of the redstone that actually operates these furnaces. So now we will have basically a 4-furnace system array that will generate us lots of charcoal whenever we find it necessary. And this is something I've wanted for a long time, because if you haven't noticed, charcoal is one of the things that I always keep on me, and I value it a lot higher than coal, because coal you have to go out mining for it, while you can always grab trees wherever you go, you know. So yeah, we'll finish up the item elevator, and I will show you it when it actually is working and functional. After all that hard work, and after trying to get the dropper elevator to work, I've concluded that all of this is in the wrong place, and I'll need to move it back 1 block, which is really annoying because I spent a lot of time trying to get this all right, but you know what, it's worth it, and it will look better, so yeah, we'll just try to reconstruct this. Hopefully it'll be quicker the second time. I was almost not actually going to share this because of how embarrassed I was, but I actually was trying to test out this new furnace system, and I put on the wood, and then like nothing happened. I got like no charcoal or anything, and then I was wondering, well, what went wrong? So I went like up into here, and it's like, oh, the wood's in there, but it needs fuel to begin with, and I completely forgot that it needs fuel initially. So I just was all like, oh, I'll create its own fuel, you know, it will do its own thing. Nope, it kind of needs a kickstart. So I'll do that now, and then we'll actually show you kind of how this works, which is actually now, because now it's working, it's all in full caliber. You can see the redstone. I explained it earlier. It's all in action now, and each system is independent of each other, so even the action of putting in the charcoal at different intervals wasn't actually a bad thing. So we won't see any charcoal coming in here yet because the systems need to fuel themselves before they actually fuel other places. So really I'll just put in some jungle wood, maybe dark oak or whatever woods I have abundance of. And yeah, we will get some charcoal in our charcoal making machine here. After the mishap of messing up the charcoal originally, we now have a working system. You can even see that charcoal is now gathering its way to the top. I actually don't know why it is producing it so quickly now that I think about it. I don't know. Maybe the system isn't working. At times I make it so that the system just breaks, but yeah, I'll take a look at it, but for now I'm just going to say that this project is a success. So we've got lots of charcoal coming in, and we will be able to use that in future projects and things. But for now, let us go to other things in here. And the first thing we are going to do is fix up this pumpkin farm, which is actually now a pumpkin and melon farm. So I went up there and I changed out the different seeds. I didn't put bone meal, so that will eventually grow. And if you actually did not catch when I built this, I actually built it in a little bit of a wrong way. So the redstone originally had it so that whenever, like this block I believe, whenever this block was powered, it would send a signal to all the torches and make it so that the pistons extend when that happens. But the problem with that system is that for half of this whole entire timer, that makes it so that the pistons are always extended, so no pumpkins or melons could have grown during that time. So I changed it up. Instead, we are going to have it so that right on this edge right here is going to detect when the signal strength is 0. Only then will the power actually go up and the pistons will all extend at the same time. So that's basically how that works. That is how I fixed it. And yeah, we are going to go on to another project here, which I'm not sure if we'll have time for, but we'll at least get started in this episode. To finish off this episode, we are going to be working right here on this fish farm. And as you can see, I have actually changed up the look of this thing, so there is actually no front door here. We're going to make this a proper building, and to make this really proper, down here we are going to take this output of the hoppers and really create a very vast and very complex array of chests so that we are able to actually collect things without worrying about clearing stuff out. So the original system that we had here was just basically these 4 hoppers, and we had them running down all into separate chests, and whenever you open one, it's like you had a bunch of random stuff you didn't need, like fishing rods and bows, and it's really hard to get rid of those items. So what this system down here will do is that each time an item goes into the top chest, it will funnel its way down diagonally into the bottom chest. So if we ever need to just get rid of all the items of one sector, we can just flick a lever and it will all go into lava, and life will be much simpler than having to dump a bunch of items and wait for them to despawn. But anyway, we are going to place in the hoppers, and I will give you an update in just a second. Most of the tedious chest placing work has been done, and as you can see, this is no small storage system. We have caught a bunch of chests that all lead downward, as well as some extra space over here that is a little bit more simple. It still leads downward into a single location, which is nice to get rid of items I don't need, but really when it comes down to it, these are the items like the like ink sacs that I don't get much of, or string or bones, or really the kinds of junk stuff you don't get often. So that's what's going here. Here we've got the 3 main types of fish. We've got normal, salmon, and pufferfish, I believe, are the 3 categories, unless I'm missing something, which I might be, who knows. And these are just the random non-stackable items that will be dispersed at the end once everything else is sorted through the system. So you can see, oh man, this project is going to use a lot of hoppers. I mean a lot. And the amazing thing about it is that the wood is the most expensive part to make. I mean, like the iron farm we got, that just like, we don't even need to worry about iron ever just because of that. The part we need to worry about is the wood. This thing has used stacks upon stacks of wood for the chests that go into all of this stuff. But anyway, we will continue on, and I will catch on to once we actually develop the sorting system for all of this stuff and see how that looks. And now we have a lot of sorting stuff all done, so this place is not really finished, but is functional. So whenever we fish, we are able to have all of the items go right in, get all sorted into their different things. Over here, I forgot I can break blocks. Well, over here, we are able to have like smaller sorters because we don't actually need them to be right next to each other. Here, they're actually bigger because they're overflow protected. So that's pretty much the reason for these sorters. I don't have too much to explain about them, but yeah, down here you can see that I have labeled each of them their respected values. We have lots of different items over here. And midway through, I realized I also missed out on clownfish, but I decided I like the symmetry of the room. If I added 1 extra chest, that would have really bugged me. So instead, we are just going to have the clownfish go into the overflow chests, which are supposed to have all the non-stackable items in them. But anyway, that is pretty much all the time I have for this episode. We have done a lot, and I didn't expect to finish this, but I also expected to get a little bit further on this little AFK fish farm sorting area, but I am definitely glad we have most of it done. So to wrap off the episode, I'd like to remark on how much we've accomplished. We have been able to do this thing right here. We have made the automatic charcoal machine, got lots of charcoal in it, all sorted out and everything, because it had problems earlier. I fixed it, you know, nothing too much to worry about. And we built up the castle walls. Do not forget that. I almost forgot we did that myself. That took a really long time, and one of the main reasons why I have no time to do a end of the episode time lapse of mining, because I literally am at the end of my schedule. I have no extra time to record. This is pretty much all I got. So until next time, I will see you guys all later. Bye.